And good evening, baseball fans. Welcome back to game number 2 here in the AAA division. Day 1 of the 2018 DYB AAA World Series here from Lumberton, North Carolina, and brought to you live on the internet at JockJive.com. Jason Thompson bringing you the action. Of course, you might be wondering, this game was supposed to start at 5:45. What happened? All right, well, we started in the Majors division, a 1:30 game that went 8 innings. Final score was 14-13. Broadcast time about 2 hours and 55 minutes. Then in our previous game, Mississippi and Louisiana, Louisiana walking it off in the bottom of the 9th. Another 2 hours and 45 minutes. So we're about an hour and 45 minutes behind schedule. So Team Florida, the boys from San Antonio, we'll be bringing the following lineup to the plate here against Arkansas pitcher Caleb Durham. 5 is Ty Turner, the shortstop. 22 is P.J. Ruderman. 7 is Jace Rollins at third. 55 is Luis Quintana, the pitcher. 00 is Andrew Blommel at first. 24 is Colton Furtado behind the plate. 44 is Tyson Lake at second. 99 is Nolan Hartley, the center fielder. 1 is Aiden Hernandez, the right fielder. 8 is A.J. Soto Baez in left field. 2 is Robbie Kristen. 23 is Rhett Newsome. As the first pitch right at 7:30 is a strike. Give you the defensive alignment for Arkansas. Out in the field in their black tops, white pants, black stripe down the side from third to first across the infield from left to right. 3 is Parker Jackson. 1 is Cam Pryor. 23, Hayden Hall. That one's fouled back. And number 8 is Will Bailey. The outfield from left to right is number 9, Jacob Britt. 14 is Jay Bell. 28 is Alicia Mosier. Behind the plate is number 7, Nate Knighton. And on the bump, number 10 is Caleb Dunham. Russell Hartley is the Florida manager with Justin Rollins, Luis Quintana, the assistants. Mark Pryor, the Arkansas manager. Chop back to the pitcher, over to first in time for the out that'll go 1-3. Again, Mark Pryor is the Arkansas manager. Jeff Hall, Bill Bailey, the assistant coaches. The number you see on the screen is the number to text. It is not a number to call. Those shout-outs to 850-380-7267. I know the folks from San Antonio are familiar with it. We did their state tournament. As the left-handed hitting P.J. Ruderman, does it hit his elbow or the nub of the bat? I think it hit the nub of the bat. Give you the umpires for this one. Steve Martis from Decatur, Alabama is behind the plate. Danner Thompson from Conway, South Carolina at first. Charles McNamara from Wallace, North Carolina at second. Bruno Black at third from Moulton, Alabama. As Mr. McNamara and Mr. Black did that 2 hour and 45-minute game that just ended. So back to work for them. That swung on and fouled at the plate. We got some shout-outs already, and I knew the Florida folks know how to do this as we do the state tournaments. It says, let's go Aiden, sending out love from Chicago. It says, love you, Hernandez. Good luck, Florida. Cheering for you guys from Chicago. Love TT and Erica. And since we're talking about the shout-out line, this is very, very important. Just because this is the shout-out line for tonight doesn't mean that's going to be the shout-out line for tomorrow if they move from field to field. And I guarantee you I will, because I did 4 games today, or I will, and I'm only going to do 3 tomorrow. So please be aware of the shout-out line. That is a strike 3 to P.J. Ruderman, so 2 down here in the first. As Jace Rollins, the third baseman, to the plate. At this rate, the only thing that's going to be open tonight is Waffle House, and that's always good. As Rollins will rip one into left, and it'll drop for a base hit. Rollins making the turn at first, and he'll stay there. 2-out single for Jace Rollins. Will bring Luis Quintana, the pitcher, to the plate. Florida with the very unique uniforms, the white, powder blue, and dark blue with the dark blue numbers with the last name across the back. Speaking of Florida, before we get too far along, we definitely want to send our well wishes to Tony Smith. The pitch is swung on, hit into right field. Right fielder giving chase. Can't make the play. The runner around third, they will send him. The throw's going to come home, and it will not be in time. A bloop double for Luis Quintana. And Team Florida on top, 1-0 already. We were mentioning Tony Smith a moment ago. Heard some horrible news that His granddaughter was killed in a car accident earlier this week, so Tony's a big supporter of JockJives over the years, so we're sending our love and our prayers to Mr. Tony. We're obviously not going to see him this week. So prayers to his family on the loss of their loved one. It says, "Go Team Florida, your T-ball family is cheering you on." The pitch. Big swing and a miss by Andrew Blommel. It says, "Let's go Jacob Britt from your family in Arkansas." Shout out to Aiden Hernandez, a.k.a. El Miago. Love from your family in Chicago. Hopefully I got that Espanol right. I took Spanish in high school, which was about 30 years ago. The pitch. Low for a ball. I just hope I got the pronunciation right. I have absolutely no idea what it means. The 1-1 to Blommel, missing upstairs, is now 2-1. Again, the winner of this one, Florida and Arkansas, will get the winner of Alabama and Tennessee. Those two losers will play each other as well. Losers, the elimination game is at 3:30 tomorrow. Winners bracket game is 5:45. The 2-1 is a swing and a miss. Count now 2-2. Florida with the very unique socks. You got the dark blue with the white stars on the back. The 2-2, swung on, ground ball past the pitcher. Shortstop has it, though. He'll pump, fire to first in time. That'll go 6-3 for out number 3. That was Cam Pryor over to Will Bailey on the putout, but Team Florida with a run on 2 hits with 1 left on. It says, "Let's go Florida" in all caps. Next one's read, "Super proud uncle in California sending love and good sportsmanship to Colton, catching for Florida and all the young men representing the sport we all love in the states they come from." That's a good one. I said it wrong. El Mago equals the magician, pronounced El Mago, so thank you for that. Like I said, it's been 30 years. It's one of those things where you wish you had paid more attention in Spanish class. To the bottom of the first, the boys from, I believe they're from Searcy, Arkansas. Let me double check that. I know it's San Antonio, Florida for one. As we go to my little sheet that Commissioner Skelton printed out for us. AAA Arkansas. Yes, Searcy, Arkansas for the AAA state champions. They will send the following lineup to the plate against Florida pitcher Luis Quintana. Number 3 is Parker Jackson, the third baseman. 23 is Hayden Hall at second. 1 is Cam Pryor, the shortstop. 8 is Will Bailey at first. Number 5 is Brody Myers. 10 is Caleb Dunham, the pitcher. 14 is Jay Bell in center field. 8 is Alicia Mosier in right field. 9 is Jacob Britt in left. 7 is Nate Knighton, the catcher. 12 is Dylan Johnson. And 4 is Grant Miller. Mark Pryor, the manager. Jeff Hall, Bill Bailey, the assistant coaches. The defense for Team Florida across the infield from left to right, from third to first, is number 7, Jace Rollins. 5 is Ty Turner. 44 is Tyson Lake, and 00 is Andrew Blommel. The outfield from left to right will be number 8, AJ Soto Baez. 99 is Nolan Hartley, and 1 is Aiden Hernandez. Behind the plate, 24 is Colton Furtado. On the bump, number 55, Luis Quintana. As Parker Jackson will lead things off here for Team Arkansas in the bottom of the first. He will take strike 1. Says, "Go Team Florida, Uncle Rusty is cheering you on poolside." There's a good way to watch the game. Hopefully you don't have the computer in the water with you. The pitch upstairs for ball 1. Another extra inning game. Florida in the O-Zone over Mississippi 5-2. So the boys of Sebring with the W. The 2-0 swing and a miss. So we've already had 4 extra inning games today. The 2-1 is a ball. So in the O-Zone, Florida advancing in the winner's bracket. They await the Alabama-Louisiana winner. Mississippi will get the loser in the elimination bracket. So the 2-1 is actually 2-2 is strike 3 called. Jackson down on strikes. 1 down. For Hayden Hall, Haden Hall, he is the second baseman. So let's go Team Florida, especially Roberto from the Wainwright family. Pitch is a ball outside. For the folks of Arkansas who may be Arkansas Razorback fans, a little behind the music, so to speak, I am the sports editor at the Gulf Breeze News in Gulf Breeze, Florida. That is a ball outside. Young man that transferred to Gulf Breeze High from Birmingham. His name is Joseph Stone. 6'8", 360-pound O-lineman has already verbally committed to Arkansas. That one is swung on, hit into right field. The right fielder charging and will make the play. So I'm anxious to watch him play. Out number 2, the biggest player to ever play at Gulf Breeze High School. And he's going to go to Arkansas. As Cam Pryor to the plate, the shortstop. Pitch is a ball. The shout-out reads, the Marks family from Searcy cheering on our nephew, pitcher Caleb Durham. Go Arkansas. So it is Durham and not Dunham. It does say an R, but it could be an N. The 1-0 is a strike call. It's 1-1. All I want is a quick game for this one. 2:45 and 2:45 already today with 2 to go. The 1-1 is a strike called, 1-2. As Will Bailey hopes the baddie waits on deck. The 1-2 pitch is up and away. That'll even it at 2-2. The 2-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. It is a 1-2-3 bottom of the first. We will head to the bottom of the second. Team Florida coming to bat, looking to add to a 1-0 lead here. Opening day action of the 2018 DYB AAA World Series, which you're watching here on JockJive.com. The Summer of Dixie is underway. Between now and mid-August, JockJive will be streaming all of this tournament, plus the Final Four of the Junior Dixie Boys Pre-Majors and Majors World Series, the AAA Ozone and Majors World Series right here in Lumberton, and so much more. Catch it all right here on JockJive.com. Sportsmanship is an important part of the game of baseball. Dixie Youth Baseball awards a sportsmanship trophy for each World Series to the team which demonstrates great sportsmanship throughout the series. As adults, we should set an example for the players. Everybody can do this as they sit in the stands cheering for their favorite team. Be a good example of sportsmanship for your team. Yell for your team and not against the opposing team. Another shout out here says, go Aiden Hernandez, a.k.a. El Mago. Cato loves you. It'll be Colton Furtado, Tyson Lake, Nolan Hartley, the aforementioned El Mago, or Aiden Hernandez, will bat should anybody reach here in the top of the second. And they were there a moment ago, two of the national directors of Florida, Don Morris and Brian Cox here from the Panhandle of Florida, as am I. Sam Rudd, haven't seen him yet, but I'm assuming he's floating around. The other national director from near Mulberry actually lives 5 minutes away from Tony Smith. So, again, our prayers to Mr. Tony Smith. We'll see you next year. Some shout-outs to get to as Colton Furtado to the plate. And he swings and misses. Let's go Team Florida. Corbin and family are cheering for you. Let's bring home the W. Cheeseburger says, let's show them how we play baseball in Arkansas. The hashtag says Crushers. Next one is low for a ball. It says, bring it home, Florida. We love you, Hernandez. Shout out to Aiden Hernandez. Your sister Ashley and Armani loves you. And we brought you when San Antonio won the state championship in Sebring, I think it was, about 3 weeks back. 1-1 is swing and a miss. He chased one up in the zone there. Count now 1-2. Again, Furtado, Lake, and Hartley for Team Florida. The 1-2 pitch upstairs. That'll make it 2-2. Again, the winner of this one gets the winner of the Alabama-Tennessee game. And the losers will play each other. The elimination game at 3:30, winners bracket at 5:45 tomorrow. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Furtado down on strikes. And that is strikeout number 2 for Caleb Dunham as Tyson Lake, the second baseman, to the plate for Team Florida. We have the very unique batting helmets. And I believe they wore those at state as well, the American flag batting helmets. Very patriotic. Tyson Lake with the black 44 on the back of his. Pitch way upstairs, and I'll make it 2-0. Lake, the number 7 batter in the lineup. Again, all 12 batters bat the first time through the lineup, and then it is 1 through 9 the rest of the way. Coaches at their discretion can reinsert 10, 11, and 12 as hitters, runners, as long as they all play 3 consecutive defensive outs, and a diving catch out there in left. So na-na-na for Mr. Jacob Britt. And he gets attaboys from everybody, and rightfully so, as Tyson Lake robbed of extra bases. 2 down here for Nolan Hartley. Says go Team Florida, playing strong from Grandpa and Grandma Hartley as grandson to the plate here in the second. Pitch to Hartley, swing and a miss. 0-1. Again, 1 game left to go here on Field 1 tonight. Georgia and the host, Lumberton. The pitch is swung on, poked down the right field line, and it is just foul by about a foot. First base umpire right on top of it, Mr. Danner Thompson. Right on top of the play. Shout-outs here. Proud of you guys, St. Ann. Get her done from the Adams and Barr families. Says Rabbit says go get 'em, Arkansas. Hashtag Crushers. You guys got a lot of nicknames. Keep them clean, I'll say them. So shout out to Tyson Lake and Team Florida from Coach Mitch in Sebring, Florida. Sebring, the Ozone State champions from Sebring, were very dominant. If I remember right, San Antonio had to beat Hardy twice to win the state title to punch their ticket here. Mariana and the Majors and Sebring and the Ozone were quite dominant, so looking for both of those teams to make a lot of noise here. The 0-2 is swung on, ground ball right side. Second baseman bobbles, recovers to first in plenty of time. That'll go 4-3 for out number 3. To the bottom of the second we go. A lot of people getting involved in this next one. Good luck, El Mago. Little Sweet, Little Poppy, Roberto, Cheetah, and Colton. Shocker Power Baby from Kingston Green and Bushnell, Florida. That's where South Sumter is from. So let's go, Aiden, from your Sanchez family in Chicago. The aforementioned Hernandez will lead off the top of the third, but first things first, Arkansas will send up Bailey, Myers, and Dunham. As the sun really coming down, you can see right side of your screen with that glare. Again, be sure to follow JockJive on Twitter and Facebook. On Twitter, we're at JockJive, and on Facebook, simply put JockJive Sports in the search engine. We give you scores, schedules, game highlights, event updates, and more. Twitter and Facebook, a great way to keep up with JockJive Sports. All World Series games are webcast on JockJive.com. You can click on the link on the Dixie Youth website at youth.dixie.org to view the games live and listen to the play-by-play. You can also order copies of the games after the series ends on JockJive. Shout out line says, we are cheering for you, Caleb. Have fun out there from Monroe, Jake, Josh, and Ain't. I am assuming that's a nickname. I don't think Mom or Dad would call you Ain't. Shout out to Aiden Hernandez. Your sister Ashley and Armani loves you. Actually, he's coming up to play here. The aforementioned Aaron Hernandez. Shout out to Aiden Hernandez. Good luck, Team Florida, from Mia and Angel. Will Bailey to the plate. It is a swing and a miss. Speaking of Team Florida, if there's any Gator fans out there, young man is Jacob Copeland. He's from Pensacola. He's going to be a true freshman on the Florida football team. Gators have a lot of experienced receivers. It's going to be tough for Mr. Copeland to crack that starting lineup. The question is who the quarterback's going to be in Gainesville, to be determined. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Felipe Franks is the starter coming back, but apparently Kyle Trask looked really good in practice yesterday. So, and new coach, of course, Dan Mullen, doesn't have a bias or an allegiance to either one, so the best one's going to be the one out there. Offensive coordinator on those title teams in 06 and 08. The 1-2 is up and away for ball 2. The 2-2 to Bailey. Swung on and fouled back. It'll be another 2-2 pitch. Another shout out here says the Price family's cheering for Arkansas from Searcy, and JP's cheering for his buddies on the team. Shout out to the announcers. Great job. Appreciate that. Says go get them, Team Florida, from the Cooper and the Messenger family. The 2-2 is outside for ball 3. Man, Aiden Hernandez has a huge fan club. Let's go, Aiden El Mago. We love you and we're so proud of you. From Tio Papo, Titi Sandra, Alina, and Nini. I guess it's pronounced Nene. Sorry about that. Saw that after I said it. The pitch swung on and fouled out of play. It says go Team Florida from the Harrison family. Brody Myers waiting on deck. Good battle here between Bailey and Florida pitcher Luis Quintana. He's got another 3-2 pitch to throw, and another one fouled out of play. Says the camera is, well, it says pronounced Searcy, not Searcy. Sorry about that. We're going to put Sir, S-I-R-S-E-E, so I make sure I get that right. This camera's blurry on the YouTube channel. Go Florida. Can't help that. I think at the right side, that's just the sun, if that's what we're referring to. Let's go Team Florida from the Vorosic family. And another 3-2 pitch headed home. It is strike 3 called. Quintana wins the long battle. 4 up and 4 down as Brody Myers to the plate. Nice breeze blowing here, which has gotten... See what the temp is. It's 80. Feels like 87. Rain chance is 15% the rest of the night, so I think we're in good shape there. The pitch is a strike called to Brody Myers. So let's look to tomorrow starting at 1 o'clock. 40%. Fluctuating as high as 55%, then drops down to 15 at 9. So if we can get through those first 2 games, we ought to be fine. That's a foul back by Brody Myers. Don't know what the case is in Arkansas. I can speak for, well, having a discussion here as the umpires are going to come together. Not sure what this is about, but I do know for a fact, because I live in Florida, that high school football practice started this past Monday. 3 days of shorts, and helmets. The shoulder pads came out on Thursday for 2 days, and then it's full pads on Monday. Not sure what the story is in Arkansas, but not sure what the story is, but Myers is getting first base. I'm not sure if it was maybe catcher interference or what the story there, but Myers getting first base. We don't see any objection from the Florida coaches. Says, we are watching from Chicago. We love you, Hernandez. Young Mr. Hernandez has a huge family. But that's good. That means people are watching. I mean, I didn't want to drive 12 hours here and have nobody watch. The pitch to Caleb Durham, pitcher against pitcher here. That's a swing and a miss. Chased one up in the zone. I believe the count is now 0-2. Closing in on 8 o'clock Eastern here in Lumberton. Again, the action started earlier than in previous years at 1:30. Instead of 6 total fields, we're using 5, so the majors are using 1 field, and that is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Throw down to first, and he's back. So we had a total of 3 games at the 1:30 hour for the majors. And then all the other 2 divisions started regular time, and I believe we're going to start earlier at 1:30 tomorrow. It says go Elisha. It says go Elisha Mosher and Team Arkansas. Love the Tapp family, pronounced long E, long I. Elisha. Thank you for that. As Jay Bell to the plate. That's a strike. One and one to Jay Bell. And the pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. Actually, that was strike 3. It's kind of interesting. Jay Bell, former major leaguer, is from Pensacola, where I'm from. Played for the Pirates and I think the Indians. As we're through 2 innings, we'll head to the top of the 3rd. Florida on top 1-0. We'll go back to the shout-out line. It says, good look, Hernandez. TT loves you. Let's go, Jay Bell from Aunt Jess, Uncle Al, and Harrison cheering you on. Go, Arkansas, go. If you want a download of any game of this week's tournament, they're only $5 each. Just email info@jockjive.com. Again, that's info@jockjive.com. Tell us what game you want. We'll send an electronic invoice that allows you to pay by debit or credit card. And the games will be on their way to you. That's info@jockjive.com for a keepsake you'll want to have for a lifetime. Dixie Youth Baseball is dedicated to building the youth in our communities to become the responsible leaders and parents of tomorrow. The real goal is to teach teams fair play, love of God and country, and leave them better equipped for life as a result of the lessons through the game of baseball. Help us in the Dixie Youth program by offering your services as a volunteer. There is no better calling. As Team Florida will come up here in the top of the 3rd, as I'm going to try to change that. It'll be the aforementioned and extremely popular El Mago, Hayden Hernandez, followed by AJ Soto Baez and Robbie Christ, batters 9, 10, and 11. It says, let's go Team Florida. The hashtag says hype. My apologies, folks. There's not a lot of time in between games. You got time to fill in your scorebook, change everything on the computer. So you're kind of having to eat and drink when you can. Wolfing down some Gatorade as Hernandez takes strike 1. It says, be strong, be positive, St. Anne. Philippians 4:13. That's from Coach Green. It says, let's go, El Mago. And the 0-1 to him is a chopper, pitcher with a nice play over to first in time for the 1-3 putout. 1 down here in the 3rd for AJ Soto Baez. It says, Uncle Papo sends hugs to you, Hernandez. Hernandez needs his own agent. That one's away for a ball. Not sure if I did AAA. I think I did some AAA when they were in Sebring. I think I did predominantly AAA. I can't even remember. It's only been 3 weeks. But we did all the Florida State tournaments. The 1-0 is up for ball 2. Again, want to say it again. We're sending our love and our prayers to Mr. Tony Smith, the state director in Florida. We understand his granddaughter was killed in a car wreck earlier this week. So Tony's been a big supporter of JockJive over the years. We've done their state tournaments now for 8 years. So we're certainly thinking about Tony at this time. That is inside for ball 3. The next one says, I am his agent. So, yeah, Mr. Hernandez getting a lot of love on the shout-out line. Soto Baez takes it up for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to A.J. Soto Baez. To Robbie Chris to the plate. As Robbie Chris to the plate with the runner at first. That is a strike called. Again, folks, this is a text line. It is not a line to call. I cannot talk and broadcast at the same time. The 0-1 pitch. He squares around the bunt. He gets it down. The pitcher comes out. He has it. Play at first. And he pulls him off the bag. He's going to be safe. That's going to be an infield hit for Robbie Chris on the bunt single. So Team Florida with 2 on. Shout out, can we get a count update on the live stream? I want to say yes, and I'll explain why I don't. I like to use a computer mouse to change the balls and strikes. The problem is there's only 2 USB ports on this computer. One is for the webcam, the other is for the mixer. So I'm keeping it on my scorebook and announcing it when I can. Hopefully, it's not the best answer, but the best one I can give. So shout out to Coach Russell from the Baskins, #Shockers. Go Team Florida, we love you. Number 7 from Auntie Jordan, Uncle Josh Griff, and Ruby June. As Rhett Newsom.
We have a gray Chevrolet in the middle parking lot, North Carolina Tag Team Cup. You're blocking other cars. We need you to move your car. License plate 10 Cup.
The pitch, squares around the bunt, but he fouls it at the plate. Like I said, if I had a computer with 3 USB ports, I'd have a mouse and I'd be able to update the balls and strikes, but I can't. Just there's a lot going on between reading all the shout-outs. Says, good luck, Elisha. Love, Annabelle Tapp. Squaring around the bunt, he offers. That's going to be a strike. Runner caught between first and second, but there's nobody at second, so he's going to get back safely. Says, good luck, Team Tennessee from the Adamses, the 9 and 10 Devils. Problem is we don't have Tennessee on there. Says, you're doing an awesome job as an announcer. A lot of enthusiasm. Love it. Says, let's go, boys. Team Florida, number 1. Again, this is not so much for this field as that is a swing and a miss. It's foul tipped. That the shout-out line could change from game to game, so I'm getting some from Tennessee, and they're not even here yet. Eric is on the disabled list. He says, bring home the W, go San Ann. Pitch is low. The count is 2-2. It says, Mimi and Pawpaw are rooting for you from Searcy. Jaden, we love you. Actually, no, I know a girl back in Gulf Breeze. It's spelled that way, and it said Searcy. That's why I was screwing that up. The 2-2 up and away for ball 3. Count now full to Rhett Newsom. Getting the runner at first. Runner at second is Soto Baez. Runner at first is Chris, and they're going to move up a base on a walk to Newsom. The bases are loaded for Team Florida as they threaten to blow this one open, as it'll be Ty Turner who grounded out to the pitcher his first time. Guess I'd be curious to know where Aiden Hernandez got his nickname from. I imagine we're about to get 5 texts to find out. That is a strike. Says, let's go St. Anne. Show them what Florida's about from the Burgos family. As Turner takes strike 1, he grounded out to the pitcher his first time back in the first. 1-0 the score, with Florida looking for a big crooked number here in the top of the third. Pitch is up and in for ball 1. And we got one more to go here. Georgia and Lumberton, the host team. The 1-1 pitch is low underneath the catcher, but not far enough for anybody to advance. As you can see, there's probably about maybe 20 feet of real estate behind home plate. So if a ball bounces right to the catcher, he can keep the runners where they are. The pitch swung on, hit the left field. That will drop for a base hit. A runner's going to score. They will hold the runner at third. So station-to-station baseball. The RBI single by Turner brings in A.J. Soto Baez. And a throw must have gone awry, as now 2 runs have come in. As I'm writing it down in my book, Robbie Chris comes in to score. Everybody up a base. It's now 3-0 Florida. Says he got it from Chicago Cubs, Javi Baez. Javi Baez is his inspiration. Got it. And just as I said, Aiden Hernandez got his nickname from his idol, Javi Baez of the Chicago Cubs. Interesting story. Speaking of the Cubs, again, I mentioned I live in Pensacola, Florida, but work in Gulf Breeze, Florida, which is in Santa Rosa County. Also in Santa Rosa County is Pace, Florida, which is the home of Addison Russell. Shortstop for the Cubbies. Javi Baez is his favorite MLB player, and he aspires to be just like him or even better. Hashtag El Mago. Cubs in a battle with the Brewers in the NL Central. I'm a Cards fan. I've just about written it off. Thank God I'm a Boston Celtics fan, so I got something to look forward to here in a couple months. My boys are going to win the NBA title this year with Kyrie back and Gordon Hayward back. And LeBron in the West says, go El Mago. Let's go Florida in all caps. As P.J. Ruderman will come to bat with runners at second and third. 2 in for Florida here to make it 3-0. Swung on, fouled right back, just missing the camera by about a foot. Thank goodness it's on the outside of the fence, attached with bungee cord. P.J. Ruderman with a strikeout his first time up. Pitch is upstairs, 1-1. Florida looking to go 3-0 here on day one, as the Majors of Mariana and the Ozone Boys of Sebring have already won. So Florida looking to make it 3 for 3 today. Says, go Aiden, love you from his favorite cousin in Chicago, Gola. Good luck, Florida, from Spring Hill, Dixie Baseball. The 1-2 pitch is low for a ball, 2-2. Of course, we've very familiar with Spring Hill. My buddy Mike Rideout, who's turning the big 5-0 today, has done some regular season stuff in Spring Hill last year and the year before. Of course, Mr. Abadessa a couple years back financed our way to broadcast them in I think it was the Dixie Boys World Series, which they won. Says Rawlings family and friends watching from Daytona. Knock 'em dead, Team Florida. Shout out to number 7, who is Jace Rawlins. The 3-2 pitch. Did it hit him? I think it got him on the forearm. I think time is. The home plate umpire put his hands up. I don't know if they thought it hit the bat, but but it is a hit by pitch. Thought we were going to see Ruderman come back, but they're calling it a hit by pitch. The bases are loaded as Jace Rollins to the plate. Says a shout out to Aiden from Grandma and Grandpa from Chicago. We love you, little El Mago. Says go Andrew, play tough. Team Florida from Uncle Chris and the rest of the gang back home in Florida. It didn't do. Shallow left, infield fly is called as the shortstop makes the play. I was about to make mention of this. Now we get this text. Gola is not his favorite cousin. So we're getting a family spat on the shout out for Aiden Hernandez. You could really stir that pot if young Mr. Hernandez, who's kind of poked his head over this way, we can ask him who his cousin is. Luis Quintana, the batter. Ground ball. Nice diving stop from the shortstop from his rear end. Cannot make a play. Great effort there by the shortstop, Cam Pryor, but just could not make a play at any base. The infield hit does drive in a run as Newsom scores. So Turner to third, Ruderman to second. It is now 4-0 Florida. As Andrew Blommel to the plate. Says, go Jace, Mommy is watching from Daytona. Says, good luck Colton, number 24. Go Team Florida. Uncle Greg is very proud of you. Says, bring it home, boys. Let's go Team Florida. That is fouled back by Andrew Blommel, who grounded out 6-3 his first time.
Stay behind the home plate. Move back. Right there.
Says, let's shut him down, Team Florida, the text reads from Cooper in Temple and Terrace, Florida. The 0-1 is inside. So again, Florida looking to go 3-0 here on day one. Already have one World Series title under their belt. The boys of Spring Hill winning the Machine Pitch World Series back on, I believe it was Tuesday. That is a ball. Count now 2-1. Says, good luck, Team Florida, from the Kirklands and the Shockers. As Colton Furtado waits on deck. Hasn't taken off the shin pads yet. He's the catcher, so if he reaches, he'll obviously have to take them off. The 2-1 is swung on and fouled back. 2-2 now. Again, a run in the first and a crooked number here, 3 here in the third. It says, let's go AJ number 8 and the San Ann from Tio and Tia Indira. Hopefully I got that right. The 2-2 is swung on and fouled back. Team Florida, and I remember this from the aforementioned Tony Smith, that Team Florida teams can either wear Tampa Bay Devil Ray or Tampa Bay Ray colors or Miami Marlins colors. I guess they're going with closer to the Rays look with the powder blues. That's up for a ball now, 3-2. Says, come on, Jace Reed, y'all got this. Love you too much from Auntie Amber. I don't know if that's for this field or not. Again, it is Turner at third, Ruderman at second, Quintana at first. The 3-2 pitch to Andrew Blommel is swung on and fouled back. At the very least, Blommel is making the pitcher work. Dunham, if he hasn't broken the 40 pitch mark, he is awfully close. He's thrown a ton of pitches, 9 batters in this inning alone. Just go Team Florida from the Smalls. Another 3-2 pitch is inside for ball 4. So a RBI the easy way as Blommel with the free pass brings in Ty Turner. Ruderman to third and Quintana to second. It is now 5-0 Florida. Says hit hard, run fast, and turn left. Team Florida, we love you, Jace. Good luck, Team Florida. Great pitching, Luis Quintana. Keep up the good work from the Baskins as number 24, Colton Furtado, who struck out his first time up, heads to the plate. He is the 10th batter of the inning. He swings and misses one up in his eyes, 0-1. Again, P.J. Ruderman was hit by a pitch. He's at third. Luis Quintana beat out an infield hit. He is at second. And Andrew Blommel a moment ago with a walk stands at first. 5-0 Team Florida on top. The 0-1 pitch over the head of Furtado. If he let it hit him, of course, it's easy to say from here, he would have driven in a run. Of course, it may have hit him in the helmet, too. At least it was a off-speed pitch, not a fastball. Our location here, we're about 10 feet off of the plate. We're closer to the Florida dugout. The 1-1 pitch is a ball low. 2-1. Tyson Lake hopes the baddie waits on deck. The 2-1 to Furtado. Swung on, hit down the right field line. It falls foul by about 1.5 feet. As the first base umpire, Mr. Thompson, down there from Conway, South Carolina again. Shout out to these umps. Boy, they are working hard. Steve Martis behind the plate from Decatur, Alabama. Thompson at first from Conway, South Carolina. Charles McNamara at second from Wallace, North Carolina. Bruno Black down at third from Moulton, Alabama. As the shout-outs are starting to roll in pretty heavy. It says Durham. The H is silent. Yeah, Durham. I thought that's what I said. Team Florida, just don't take the field, own the field. We love you from the family in Z Hills, as that is a strikeout of Furtado. So Team Florida will leave them loaded. They have left 4 on through 2.5, but they do get 4 runs on 3 hits. To the bottom of the third we go. Arkansas still looking for their first run. They trail 5-0. Says, come on, Colton. Says, good luck, Tyson Lake and Team Florida from Logan. Says, go Team Florida from Ashley. Ashley for president. Okay. Says, go El Mago. Gola is definitely his favorite cousin. He says it all the time. Aiden Hernandez is going to go have a blast going back and watching this game when they get back to the hotel room with all the shout-outs he's getting. And he'll get a good chuckle over who his favorite cousin is. As Quintana will go back to the mound for his 3rd inning of work. The aforementioned Hernandez is in the dugout. If he walks this way, maybe we can get an answer to that question. Who his favorite cousin is. It'll be Elisha Mosier, Jacob Britt, Nate Knighton for Team Arkansas, the 8, 9, 10 batters. Says go Team Florida and A.J. Soto Baez from Little Poppy. Love Evie and family. So everyone show your support and follow Aiden Hernandez on Instagram at AA_Hernandez_1. He's 10 years old and he's already on Instagram. Again, Quintana has 5 strikeouts in 2 innings already. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Elijah Mosier to the plate. Says, let's go, Arkansas. It says, let's go, St. Anne from the Aguirre family. Hopefully we're not going to go off the air here as some lady from Florida is stepping on my power cord. The pitch to Mosier is a ball. 1-2 the count. The pitch is a swing and a miss. Actually, it's foul tipped. That is a strike called. So Mosier down on strikes, 1 down. That's a swing and a miss to Jacob Britt. Says Celtics got to watch our Chicago Bulls. We have a nice young team. I like that marketing kid. But Kyrie, Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Horford, Gordon Hayward, Marcus Smart, Marcus Morris. We ain't shabby either. Go Luis Quintana, keep the strikes coming. That's a strike, 3 called to Britt. Back-to-back strikeouts and 4 in a row retired by Luis Quintana. About 5 minutes away from the NBA Finals against LeBron James without Kyrie and Gordon Hayward. So imagine, full strength, they are a legitimate NBA title contender. Granted, all roads obviously will still go through Golden State to pitch. Now that they got Boogie Cousins, it's ball 1 to Nate Knighton. Yes, I know. It says, ask Aiden who his favorite cousin is. He's on the bench now, number 1, but he's on the other side, so I can't ask him. Big swing and a miss. Count is 1-1. And we don't want to get him in trouble. It says, let's go to my fellow baseball teammates. Let's go Team Florida. The pitch is swung on and fouled back by Knight. And it says, go support some of my team's Florida players. Instagram at Shockers_10U. Must be a travel team back in San Antonio area. The 1-1 pitch is a ball outside. Can you announce a pitch count after each half inning? Well, I'm trying to do it after every pitch. That's going to be strike 3 to Nate Knighton. So 3 straight strikeouts, 5 in a row, 8 of 9 outs after 3 innings. We head to the top of the 4th, halfway home here in this opening round game. The 2018 DYB AAA World Series. Team Florida up 5-0. I asked him, Aiden's father, and Aiden said, Gola. All right. As Aiden Hernandez will bat 3rd here in the top of the 4th. It'll be Lake, Hartley, and then Hernandez. As good luck to both teams from the 708 area code. Next one says, let's go Arkansas from the 501 area code. I think Arkansas has a new pitcher. We'll see when he turns around. Number 14 is Jay Bell. So Bell now will pitch for Team Arkansas in place of Caleb Dunham. Again, as boys from San Antonio looking to make it 3-0 for Florida here on day 1. The Sebring Ozone, the Mariana Majors already through with W's here on day 1. St. Anne looking to make it 3 for 3 for the Sunshine State. The pitch is a swing and it is caught. Line drive by the second baseman. Hard hit ball, but right to Hayden Hall. 1 pitch, 1 out as Nolan Hartley to the plate. Let's go Florida from the Beatties watching in St. Anne. Nolan Hartley grounded out 4-3 his first time. And the pitch is swung on and hit to center field. The center fielder charging, and a fall in front of him for a base hit. So a one-out single for Mr. Nolan Hartley as the very, very popular Aiden Hernandez comes to the plate here in the first inning. Says, go Nolan Hartley from his older brother and grandparents in Lakeland. Well, good mojo there. Says, come on, J. Bell, pitch him strong. As El Mago, as he's known, grounded out 1-3 his first time. The pitch way upstairs for a ball. Be the top of the lineup with Ty Turner as the boys from San Antonio lead 5-0 here in the fourth. The pitch is a ball, gets away to the backstop. Runner will advance to second base. That's Hartley on the wild pitch. Says, let's go Florida. Florida with a lot of A's in it. The 1-0 pitch way upstairs, now 2-0. Again, we have seen Don Morris here along with Brian Cox. I think I've seen Sam Rudd, so I think all three national directors are here. It says nice hit, Nolan. The 2-0 pitch is a strike call. 2-1. As we're being visited by Mr. Van Saltz, one of the national directors and the secretary of Dixie U, so he's on that executive committee. That swung on and hit down the right field line. Right fielder giving chase. It'll drop for a base hit. The runner around third. They will send him, and they'll hold him at third as the throw came into the plate, but the trail runner does take second on the double. So runners at second and third. Back to the top of the lineup here with Ty Turner, who had an RBI single his first time. Says, keep it up, Team Florida from the Harrisons. Says, let's go, J. Bell. Nana's cheering you on. Go, Cersei. Shout out to the number one ranked USSSA 10U St. Anne Shockers from San Antonio, Florida, a.k.a. Team Florida. As a wild pitch will get Nolan Hartley in on a wild pitch, and it is about to get out of hand. It is 6-0 as the multiple mentioned El Mago Hernandez, Aiden Hernandez, is now at third. Very proud of our grandson, number 7, Jace Rollins. You can do this, St. Anne. We believe in you from Grammy. Actually, let's get her name again. I clicked Grammy Mary. The pitch is outside. Says, go Team Florida. We love you, Jace, from Grammy and Grandpa. The 2-0. That is upstairs for ball 3. Three and 0 here to Mr. Ty Turner. Grounded out to the pitcher in the first, singled, drove in a run in the third. The 3-0 pitch is upstairs for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Ty Turner. Runners at the corners now for P.J. Ruderman. Final in the O-Zone division. It is Louisiana beating Alabama 4-0. So Louisiana will take on Florida in a winner's bracket game in the O-Zone division. Alabama will take on Mississippi in an elimination game. The wild pitch, and that one gets away. So runners now at second and third. That's a ball. So Team Florida up 6-0 with 2 runners in scoring position. They've scored for the third time in 4 innings. That is outside for ball 2, now 2-1. To P.J. Ruderman, who was hit by a pitch his last time, and he's also struck out. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and hit well to right field. The right fielder back and now comes in and will make the catch. The runner from third will tag. The throw is going to come all the way in home. It's going to be cut off by the pitcher. No chance to get the runner at home as Rudeman with the sac fly. Brings in El Mago, Mr. Hernandez, to make it 7-0. As Turner will advance to third as the throw came in. Jace Rollins to the plate. He has a single, a run scored, and a pop out to the shortstop. Yeah. The pitch from Rollins ripped. Shortstop, nice play. Pumps, fires, low throw, and it is picked out of the dirt. Nicely done there by Will Bailey on the 6-3. But Team Florida with another crooked number, 2 runs here in the fourth. On one hit. They leave another one on for a total of 5, but the most important number, they're up a touchdown. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Florida on top, 7-0. Opening round action of the 2018 DYB AAA World Series, which you're watching here on JockJive.com. More shout-outs to get to. And thank you for all these. It means folks are watching. Says, go Robbie, Dad's watching from Firestone GC. See you soon. I'm assuming that's golf club. Shout out to Coach Russell, Coach Justin, and Coach Papa Louie from Eric Jr. We invite your support and contribution to the Dixie Youth Scholarship Fund that has offered financial assistance to several thousand former players. Funds for these scholarships come from many sources. We ask you to consider a contribution and by doing so help graduates in Dixie Youth Baseball continue their education. None of the contributions are used for administrative purposes. It all goes to the students. If you're interested in knowing more about the scholarship program, contact one of the officials here at the series. They'll provide you with information and answer any questions about the application process. On behalf of those who received scholarships in past years, DYB expresses its appreciation for your support of the scholarship program. As Luis Quintana still on the mound for Team Florida. More shout-outs to get to. Says, let's go, Roberto. Team Florida, the youngest team here. Says, shout-out to the youngest team at the AAA World Series. Go Team Florida. Man, that's bad news for everybody else. If there's a bunch of 9-year-olds out here, that means they can get back here next year. Keep it up, St. Anne. You are looking great. As the Sunshine State looking to go 3-0 here on day one. In the Sebring O-Zone, the Mariana Majors are already through with W's today. It is the bottom of the fourth, so it's 11-1-2 as it'll be Johnson, Miller, then the top of the lineup to Parker Jackson. Only one batter has reached. That's Brody Myers. The 0-1 is a strike called. The 0-2 pitch swung on and fouled straight back. Nice sunset if you can catch it right side of your screen there. Cloud cover making very nice pink sunset out there. As we're at the bottom of the half hour, around 8:30 Eastern, as that one is up and in. Ball 1 to Dylan Johnson. The pitch is swung on, hit down the right field line. Right fielder giving chase, but that is going to fall foul. It's already 8:30, which means we're already half an hour off our 8 o'clock scheduled game, and we're only in the fourth, so that one may not start till about 10. So what started on Saturday may end on Sunday here. The 1-2 pitch up and in. Count now 2-2. Another shout-out says, y'all got this, Arkansas. Let's go, boys. From the 501 area code, the 2-2 pitch is strike 3 called. Quintana with another strikeout. all but one of the outs, 9 of the 10 via the K. Quintana locked in here tonight as Grant Miller to the plate. Pitch is a swing and a miss by Miller. I believe we might be able to solve this question. Young Mr. Hernandez is here. The question is who his favorite cousin is. There's been a battle on the shout-out line. If he wants to, he's not going to say. Try to find out who his favorite cousin is. We might get the answer right now. He's smiling. He's not gonna say. He doesn't want to favor one over the other. As Mr. Hernandez has been quite popular on the shout-out line tonight. 1-1, the pitch is outside. Gola is claiming that is the favorite cousin. Says, shout out to Luis, the pitcher for Team Florida from Eric Jr. Shout out to Team Florida and the coaching staff. Outback Steakhouse is offering dinner after a big first day win. Wow, from Uncle Steve. He's going to be short a lot of money. It's good quality food. I will say that. 3-2. It's just within walking distance of the hotel we're at, the Comfort Suites. Payoff pitch to Miller is low for ball 4. So Arkansas with only their second base runner of the game reaches as Parker Johnson to the plate. Just tell him Cato loves you. That was for El Mago, but he already went to up. He is, I believe, either he's going to be catching for somebody who's warming up. So all 3 of the Team Florida players that were in the dugout are now outside. There is a pitching rubber down both lines, so I believe Hernandez is catching. Looks like number 24 warming up for Team Florida. That is Colton Furtado. Says Florida pitcher is on fire. You're right about that. Says El Mago has no favorites. We're all family, LOL. Yeah, tell, who is that, Gola? I think she's just trying to stir the pot here. Let's go, Caleb Durham. Can't imagine from all the shout-outs how many people come over for Thanksgiving dinner at the Hernandez house. That's got to be at least 50 from all the shout-outs we've gotten. That one is up to Mr. Parker Jackson, who struck out looking his first time. Let's keep it up, Coach Hernandez. Squaring around a bunt. He went after it. That's a strike. It's 1-1. Says, let's go, Arkansas. Hayden Hall, who's on deck, is the only out that is not a strikeout so far. The 1-1 chopped foul. He flew out to right. He waits on deck for the boys from Searcy. If I remember right, either their machine pitch or coach pitch team made it to the World Series last week. The 1-2 pitch upstairs gets away from the catcher as Miller will advance on the wild pitch. $50 is not even a quarter. So that is a big fan. More than 50, the text reads. Hopefully somebody works at Publix in the Hernandez family can get some discount turkeys. That's a lot of food to feed folks. That's going to be a strikeout for Parker Jackson. That is 10 out of the 11 outs via the K as Hayden Hall, who's the only one to not strike out, as we mentioned, he flew out to right, will step to the plate. The 2-2 pitch, outside for a ball. It says go, 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 Florida from the 773 area code. The 1-0 is swung on, ground ball. Second baseman has it over to first in time for the out. That'll go 4-3 as that'll be Tyson Lake over to Andrew Blommel for the 4-3. So Arkansas leaves another runner on. They've left 2 on through 4 We go to the top of the 5th. The boys from San Antonio leading 7-0 over Arkansas here. The opening round of the 2018 DYB AAA World Series, which you're watching here on JockJive.com. Back here, we have a text that says, "Mandy, will you marry me?" That's from Rusty. So we'll see if that marriage proposal got pulled off. I guess I get an invite to the wedding since I was the facilitator. And bringing deep fried turkey to Aiden's house from Chicago. We'll make sure the announcers get some. Now we're cooking. We're cooking with peanut oil, as one Phil Robertson would say. Shout out to Jacob Britt. Play hard, love you, G-Dad, and Mimi from Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Actually, that works out. I live in Pensacola. Well, I doubt you would drive from Chicago, but Pensacola is on the way to San Antonio. Team Florida will send up Luis Quintana, Andrew Blommel, Colton Furtado as they look to add to a 7-0 lead here in the top of the 5th of the Sunshine State, looking to go 3-0 on day one. In the Mariana Majors, the Sebring O's owners have already won. Sebring in the Ozone had to go extras. Luis Quintana, who has just been lights out on the mound, will step to the plate here. He is 2 for 2 with a double and a single. So whoever was saying that they will treat the Florida coaches to Outback, you need to take young little Quintana with him. He has definitely earned it here. Time is called by Quintana. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Luis Quintana the coach and Luis Quintana the player are father and son. That's a big stretch there by yours truly. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and hit down the left field line, foul by a couple feet. Says, "We got this, Team Florida," the text reads. Again, 1 in the first, 4 in the third, 2 in the fourth. Have the boys from St. Ann up 7-0 here in the 5th. The pitch is a curveball. Drops in there. Boy, that was nice. 1-2. That was a big league Uncle Charlie. Shout out to JockJive so we can watch this in Florida from Coach Russell's dad. You're very welcome. The 1-2 outside. Actually, probably want to thank Mr. Wes Skelton, who's been the longtime commissioner here with Dixie Youth Baseball. I believe this is his 20th year as the commissioner. Payoff pitch is strike 3 called. Quintana down on strikes. I've been told, don't know because I didn't ask him, is that next year will be his final year as he's going to step down. Also, I understand Mr. Tommy Henry is going to be hanging it up after next year from the state of Georgia. 2 quality folks right there. We're going to miss them as Andrew Blommel swings and misses. Blommel with a 6-3 ground out in the first. He walked with the bases loaded to plate a run in the third. The 0-1 to Blommel. Big Uncle Charlie in there for a strike. It's 0-2. So we love our Shocker family from the Baskins. The 0-2 pitch. That's going to miss up and away. Count now 1-2. Still one more left to go here. Was most likely going to start about 10 o'clock tonight. Georgia and Lumberton. The 1-2 pitch. Missing the inside corner as Blommel ducked out of the way. Another good ball with great movement. The 2-2 pitch, another Uncle Charlie missing high for ball 3. The payoff pitch is up and away for ball 4, so Blommel draws the walk here with 2 outs. As Colton Furtado to the plate says, let's go, Andrew. As Mr. Blommel drawing the free pass. As we have a pinch hitter as A.J. Soto Baez is batting. Wild pitch moving Blommel to second. So Soto Baez is batting for Furtado. As we mentioned, Soto Baez was the number 10 batter, so batters 10, 11, and 12 can be inserted as pinch hitters or runners, and I think Mr. Blommel is going to be lifted for a runner. That'll be number 2, Robbie Christ. So Christ will now run for Blommel. So A.J. Soto Baez walked and scored in his only other at bat in the 3rd inning. The 1-0 pitch is low and away, gets away from the catcher, and runner going to take off for 3rd on the wild pitch. Chris safe at 3rd. Says, let's go, Andrew, from Uncle Chris. Says, let's bring it, Jace, Andrew, Robbie, Nolan, and PJ from St. Anne. Love your favorite writing teacher, Mrs. Beatty. Said as BT, not Beatty, Beatty. Says, let's go, Arkansas. You can do this from your fans back here in Texarkana, Arkansas. Hi, Arkansas directors and family from Ethan and Brian and Stephanie Jackson. Hi, Papa, Nancy, and Zane from the family back here in Texarkana, Arkansas. That's Mr. Randy Jackson among the other 2. Mr. Jackson's the only one that I can remember off the top of my head. I want to say Kent Bruxvort is from Arkansas. He is the president of Dixie Youth, as Tyson Lake to the plate. So let's go, Aiden and your team Florida from your little brother Armani. Hashtag Hernandez Strong. Says Roberto, let's go. Wild pitch gets away. Runner coming in, the play at the plate, and he will be out at the plate. So that'll go 2-1. The throw down to second, not in time, as Chris is thrown out trying to score. 2 down. Says, keep it up, St. Anne. Runner at second now is Soto Baez. That is outside for a ball to Tyson Lake, who is 0 for 2. He flew out and lined out to left in the second, to second in the 4th. Says, keep it up, St. Anne, and Colton from Uncle John in California. The 1-0 pitch is a swing and a miss. 1-1. Again, Team Florida up 7-0 here in the 5th. 2 balls and a strike. The 1-1 to Lake, that is up and away for ball 2. The 2-1 to Lake is up and in. Actually, that was a 3-1 pitch, so now it's ball 4. So 2 runners on here for Florida. As Nolan Hartley to the plate. A shout out to Twin B from Ms. Amy. And the pitch is swung on and fouled out of play to the right side. You see Mr. Brian Cox to our right, National Director of Florida from Weewa Hitchco, which is about 2 hours from where I live, maybe 2.5. The 0-1, Uncle Charlie missing up. It is 1-1. As the very popular Aiden Hernandez waits on deck. The 1-1 pitch up and away, it's ball 2. the 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike. It's now 2-2. As Arkansas looking to get out of this after the pitch is strike 3 called. So Team Florida will leave 2 on for a total of 7. But we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Florida on top 7-0. Says, after watching this game, I would have to say I should have said Colton's favorite uncle. Says, so proud of Team Florida. From Christian, Mason, Chloe, and Presley. Says they're loading the bases for El Mago. Unfortunately, he will lead things off in the 6th inning. So Jay Bell at 30 pitches, as we heard, as Luis Quintana most likely has got to be getting over, well, we'll have to listen for his pitch count. I try to keep it as best I can here in my book. So I'm assuming he's already over 40, which means he's out for 36 hours if he pitches anywhere from 41 to 65, 66 plus means 48 hours with a maximum of 75 in the AAA division. It is 85 in the ozone and the majors. Those were instituted, I believe, last year. It used to be an innings rule, but smartly they changed it to a pitch count because you could easily throw 30 pitches in 3 or 4 innings. And you obviously don't want to do that when you're this small, when your body is still developing. Don't want to have any elbow injuries this early in the baseball career, as Arkansas will send up Pryor, Bailey, and Myers, batters 3, 4, and 5 here. Just shout out to Armani, future Florida player from Grandma and Grandpa, love you. It looks like Team Arkansas is going to have somebody warming up in the bullpen for the next inning. Says Catherine and Josh have fun. Go Jacob Britt from Mimi and G-Dad in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. That one is up for a ball. The only time that I think we've been to Arkansas, like I said, was the very first AA World Series back in 2014. It was in Texarkana. That swung on and fouled back. And Brooklyn on that last one. So Catherine, Josh, and Brooklyn on the last shot out. Cam Pryor struck out swinging, his only other at bat. The 1-1 is a ball outside. So again, Georgia and Lumberton will round out the action here tonight on what's going to be a very long night at the park. Swing and a miss, now 2-2. And we've had a 2-hour and 55-minute and a 2-hour 45-minute. This one much better at an hour 23 and counting. The 2-2 up and in, count now full. The 3-2 pitch is strike 3 called on the outside corner. So Quintana is continuing his mastery here of the Arkansas lineup. That is 11 strikeouts out of 13 outs. That's a pretty good percentage. As Will Bailey struck out looking his first time. The pitch is a swing and a miss as Bailey chased one low and away, 0-1. In the action tomorrow will start at 1:30 in the majors divisions on fields 1, 2, and 5. I'm not sure where I will be, but kind of a funny story. Mike Rideout, one of our fellow broadcasters, turns the big 5-0 today. So I told him, hey, for your birthday present, we'll switch fields so you have one less game. Has swung on and hit to center field. The center fielder under it and will make the catch. For out number 2, not knowing that I would have a 2-hour 55-minute game and a 2-hour 45-minute game, a 7-inning and a 9-inning game. So that's okay because Mike will have 4 games tomorrow and I will have 3. And I believe that'll be it for young Mr. Quintana. As he about came off the end, he gets a big hug from Dad. Actually, that's not Dad. That is either Mr. Rollins or Mr. Hartley. Russell Hartley is the manager, so he took the ball from him as Colton Furtado will finish this one out. A brilliantly pitched game by Luis Quintana. Only 2 runners over the minimum. Again, a reminder to like us on Facebook. You can keep updated on all the scores and the schedule for tomorrow. Again, the actual start at 1:30 in the Majors division on 3 fields. The AAA and the O-Zone is not affected at all. They will always start at 3:30. It goes 3:30, 5:45, and 8. Like the Dixie Softball World Series going on right now in Alexandria, Louisiana. Been a couple of years since we've done some Dixie softball. Brody Myers will lead things off. It'll be Myers, Durham, Bell. Says, way to go, San Antonio, Florida team. Winners in our eyes already. Go Team Blommel and Team Newsom. Love Aunt Connie and Uncle Mike. The pitch is a ball outside. As Furtado will look to close the door here in the bottom of the 5th, taking over for Luis Quintana, who was just brilliant. The pitch is swung on, fouled off. I think he got a piece of the catcher and the umpire. Got all your money's worth on that foul tip. Everybody looks to be all right. That's Rudeman behind the plate now for Team Florida. So shout out to the St. Anne Shocker boys and coaches. Actually, Outback sounds pretty good right about now, but unfortunately I got one more game, and chances are they're going to be closed when we're done. Says, way to hold the team down, pitcher. The pitch is, did it hit him? It hit him. As Myers tried to get out of the way, but he got a piece of his leg. We have a final in the Majors division. It was Georgia over Lumberton 16-4. So Georgia advancing in the winner's bracket in the Majors. They will take on North Carolina tomorrow at 8. Lumberton drops into the loser's bracket. They will take on Texas, an elimination game at 1:30. And a lot of action is going to be going well into the evening, especially on this field. Again, we're already an hour behind schedule for our 8 o'clock game, and we're only in the 5th. And this one will go the full 6 because the lead for Florida is only 7-0. The 1-1 to Caleb Durham is a strike called. It is 1-2. As Jay Bell waits on deck. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. So I believe it was Furtado getting a strikeout after the hit by pitch. 12 strikeouts by Florida pitching out of the 15 outs. Can you try to fix the camera? Not sure what's wrong with it. I guess we can angle it upwards. Let's see. Give you a little more of the field as opposed to the backstop. Now, unfortunately, you get the lights in the background there. It says Hardman Lumber says, "Go Arkansas" from G-Dad. So we go to the top of the sixth. I believe we have a new pitcher for Arkansas. It turns around. It looks like it is number 3, Parker Jackson, who started the game at third base. So I believe this is pitcher number 3 for Team Arkansas. Says, "Look, go Aiden, take it home." Thank God I have unlimited data on my phone. The Hernandez family would be getting a bill with all these shout-outs otherwise. But I do, no problem. As the aforementioned Mr. Hernandez, I think, will lead off the top of the sixth. It'll be Hernandez then to the top of the lineup with Turner and Rudeman. As Florida up 7-0. It says $50 if Aiden hits a home run. Let's go, nephew. Question is, we don't know who this is. But we have him on the text, so if he homers, we got to hold you to it. Again, it'll be Aiden Hernandez, who is 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. He also grounded out to the pitcher. Aiden spelled A-A-D-E-N. He has a very huge family as he steps in here in the top of the sixth. Uncle Gabe is the going to be $50 lighter if nephew gets a hold of one. Says, "Go Aiden, take it home." All right, Uncle Gabe, you're on the hook here. The 0-1 pitch swung on and hit down the right field line, but foul. Uh-oh, now it's $100. 100 if he homers. Man, Aiden's going to make out like a bandit if he leaves the yard here. Don't know who this is, but now the count is up to $150. The 0-2 pitch upstairs for a ball. Thank you for giving all of us here in Chicago the opportunity to watch our baby Hernandez and Team Florida. $100 for Nolan if he gets a home run. Let's go St. Anne. But Nolan Hartley, well, they'll have to bat around. He'd be the 9th batter of the inning. The 1-2 pitch is strike 3 on the inside corner. So it looks like the Hernandez clan gets to keep their money as Hernandez strikes out looking for out number 1. Ty Turner has been on base twice. He grounded out to the pitcher in the first. He singled and scored in the fourth and walked in the fourth. Says, cheering all you on from your WREC family. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and hit to right field. That ball is going to, did he get it? No, it drops for a hit. Great effort out there and right. As I'm starting to notice some of the Team Florida guys are leaning over here waiting to hear one of their shout-outs if they get one. But again, this game, once it's over, it goes to archive, and you can go back to the hotel and watch it and keep track of all the shout-outs, as little Hernandez says, let's make it 150 from Uncle Steve. Well, I don't think Hernandez is going to get another bat tonight. So pitch is up and away for a ball. P.J. Rudeman has a strikeout in the first. He was hit by a pitch in the second. Sack fly in the fourth, so officially 0 for 1. Don't get in trouble. Who are you? Oh, you're Furtado. So little Colton Furtado, I guess, who got the strikeouts that last inning, says that was for you, Grandma. Someone's going to get a nice birthday and Christmas present the next time around. Of course, grandparents love spoiling the grandkids, so it doesn't take much. 1-1 the count. Says shout out to Robbie. Again, 7-0 our score. Team Florida up comfortably here, down to 3 outs from advancing. The 1-1 pitch is up and away for ball 2. Says, finish strong, Team Florida from Coach Chris. Says, signing out from Chicago. Great job, boys, and even better job, announcers. So shout out, I guess that's Uncle Gabe on the shout out there. As time is called, as manager, I believe this is Russell Hartley coming down. I'm not sure if we have an issue with the count. It is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and fouled straight back. Rudeman with a good cut there. Says, go Jace, have fun. Love you from Erica, Ryan, Dylan, and Abby. Go Florida. Jace Rollins on deck here, so he will bat this inning, as long as there isn't a double play. The 2-2 pitch, as the pitcher is asking for the signal again from Knighton. So shout out to all the Florida boys. It takes great teamwork to get the W. Keep it going. Swung on, line drive, ground ball. The first baseman has it. He'll win the race to the bag, 3 unassisted. Nice stop there by the first baseman to keep it in front of him. That is Will Bailey down there at first as Ty Turner takes second. 2 down here for Jace Rollins, who is 1 for 3, single and a run scored in the first, popped out to short in the third, grounded out to short in the fourth. Says, let's go, Andrew, and Team Florida from Bub and Kiki. Says, who loves you, Jacob Britt? That's G-Dad and Mimi from Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Shout out to Andrew Blommel. Lots of love from Nick. Let's go, Team Florida. And that was in all caps. Boy, Jace Rollins got some height on him for a 10-year-old. Some long legs out there. That one outside for a ball. In San Antonio wore red at the state tournament, I believe. Had to beat Hardy twice to win the state championship. So 5 different parks for Team Florida represented here in the World Series. That swung on and hit well to left center. That'll drop for a hit. The runner around third will score easily as the throw comes into second. So a RBI single for Jace Rollins, his second hit of the day, and RBI number 1 to make it 8-0. As Ty Turner scores his second run, he's been on base 3 times, is Luis Quintana, who is 2 for 3 with a double, a single, 2 RBIs, and a masterful pitching outing. The pitch is a strike call. There is a chance we're going to be here till Sunday morning. It is 9:08 right now with 1 game to go. There's a chance. Fortunately, we don't have a 9 a.m. game on Sunday. The action starting at 1:30, but I won't have one until 3:30. Says, keep it going. Great coaching. Proud of y'all, Jace. That's an awesome hit from Grammy. We have a happy early birthday to Nolan from Grandma and Grandpa. That must be Nolan Hartley with the early birthday. I'm assuming his birthday will be sometime this week during the World Series. The 3-0 pitch. He's taking all the way. It is a... Oh, now it's ball 3. So scoreboard a little ahead of themselves. So again, it was Spring Hill in the machine pitch. They won the World Series. Okeechobee in the coach pitch. You have St. Ann here in the AAA. That swung on, fouled back. Mariana in the majors, Sebring in the ozone. So 5 different parks making their way to North Carolina. And Team Florida with Spring Hill already with 1 World Series. That was the machine pitch bunch. Go Team Florida from the Gomez family. That's Sophia and Chloe. Must be this powder blue. It's powder blue and dark blue. Spring Hill won the World Series here just, 5 days ago on Tuesday. The 3-2 is a strike, 3 called. So Quintana down on strikes for the second time. But another run for Team Florida on 2 hits. They leave 1 on. They've left 8 on, but they're comfortably out in front of this one. 3 outs away from advancing here in the winner's bracket. Arkansas will send up Bell, Mosier, and Britt in the bottom of the 6th, but Team Florida up comfortably 8-0 here on the opening day of the 2018 DYB AAA World Series, which you're watching here on JockJive.com.
Will Lumberton, coach, please turn in their lineup at the score towel.
Strike out 11. Now it's strike out 9. Strike out 11 bottom. Now he strike out 2 times. You know, they're trying to get back, you know? Yeah.
Hey, whoever knows who the guy is whoever Steve is, you hit him up. I mentioned to him, you can take that one with you. The game is back.
Back to action here at Pennington Park here in Lumberton, North Carolina. As Team Arkansas will send up Bell, Mosier, and Britt here in the bottom of the 6th. Bunch of shout-outs here. It says, great coaching from my dad, Russell. Good job, St. Anne. It says, happy belated birthday to Nancy Jackson from Ethan and Brian and Stephanie Jackson and Percy Jackson from Texarkana, Arkansas. I'm wondering if they're related to Charlie. It says, come on, Jay Bell, you got this, buddy. It says, love you, Brooklyn. Go, Jacob. Charles Jackson, who's one of the national directors in Arkansas, has this neat thing where he brings a grandchild to every World Series. Means every grandchild gets some quality time with Pop. That's a strike call to Mr. J. Bell, who struck out swinging in the 2nd. Hayden Hall was the only one of the top 9 batters. Actually, I take that back. That didn't strike out. He has a fly out and a ground out. Myers reached and was hit by a pitch. He's been on base twice. Shout out to Armani, Aiden's brother, future Florida player from Grandma and Grandpa. We love you both. Guess you won't have to worry about it if one of these Hernandez boys makes it to the bigs. We know who will be buying the Thanksgiving turkeys that year. Ground ball to the shortstop. Oh, it bounced up and got him. I think he was distracted by the third baseman. The third baseman was coming over, but the ball was going right to the shortstop. It kind of bounced up and hit the shortstop in the chest. That's number 5, Ty Turner. So an infield hit as Bell reaches. It'll be Elijah Moat to the plate. More shout-outs to get to. Says, come on out to Outback Steakhouse. Oh, in Wesley Chapel, Florida. Oh, I thought he meant the Outback here in Lumberton. That's a little out of the way in Wesley Chapel. Anyway, that's the home of back in the day, my favorite tennis player, Jennifer Capriati, the 1-0. That is swung on and hit to left field. The left fielder with a long run and will haul it in for the out. Is that Hernandez out there in left? No, that's Soto Baez, I believe, number 8. A.J. Soto Baez with the long run with 1 down here in the 6th. I thought he meant the one here in town. I'll take a gift card. Got an out back home in Pensacola. That's up and away for ball 1 to Jacob Britt. He struck out looking his first time. Says, way to go, Jay. Woo. The pitch is up and away, ball 2 to Jacob Britt. His way to go, Jaden Bell. Again, Georgia and Lumberton coming up next, and it's going to be awfully late. We're going to be about 2 hours behind schedule. That one's probably going to start around 10 o'clock. That one's supposed to scheduled to start at 8. But we had a 7-inning game, a 9-inning game, as that one is swung on and missed, as that one almost hit Britt. Throw down to second will not be in time. 0-2. So a runner at second for Arkansas as they're looking to foil the shutout bid. The 2-2 to Britt is swung on and fouled back. Ball was kind of riding in on Britt's hands a little bit and was lucky to battle that one off. The 2-2 pitch, swung on, ground ball, just fouled down the right side. And again, a reminder to both teams that the shutout line may change from game to game, as I believe I'm going to be going to another field tomorrow. Yes, we are related, and Ethan Jackson was the first grandchild that started coming to the World Series with his Papa and Mimi when he was like 3 or 6 months old. Hi, Papa, National Director of Arkansas. I believe he's up in the press box. Line drive caught by the shortstop. We have not seen him much. Again, you can see from our broadcast location, we're down at ground level, and I think it was because back last year in Oxford, Alabama, we did the webcam broadcast, but we were so far away you couldn't see any of the action. So then you had some rain, which prompted our coverage to end early last year. As Parker Jackson has struck out twice, he was looking in the first, swinging in the fourth. So this might be a permanent move down here to the field. Thank God I've got a lot of dry fit shirts because it is awfully muggy out here. The 0-1 swung on and fouled back, so Arkansas down now to its final strike. Charles Jackson is upstairs in the press box, I believe. Says, great job, St. Anne. Way to represent Florida from Coach Steven Gonzalez, the Hit Factory Bulldogs. The 0-2 pitch is low, gets away, and the runner will take third. Nobody's covering the plate as the pitcher came all the way over for Tato off the mound as Blommel came to cover home from first. So a wild pitch to third. Arkansas looking to ruin the shutout bid. It says, hang in there, San Antonio team from Hobbs, Prims, and the Sassers. We're cheering you on from Camp and Water. Announcer's doing a great job. Appreciate that. The 0-2 up and away for ball one. Hayden Hall waiting on deck, but he needs his teammate Jackson to extend it. The runner at third is Jay Bell. The 2-2 from Furtado is strike 3 called, and the ball game is over. So Team Florida, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 strikeouts out of 18 outs. As Team Florida will advance here in the winner's bracket as the Sunshine State goes 3-0 here on day one. Your final score, Florida 8, Arkansas nothing. So Florida will play at 5:45 tomorrow over on field 2 against the Alabama-Tennessee winner. Arkansas dropping into the loser's bracket, and they will get the loser of that game at 3:30 over on field 1. So 3 down, 4 to go. We'll go ahead and get these shout-outs before we sign off. Says, thank you for the coverage. Keep going, Florida and St. Anne. Says, Tyson Lake for the W. Every day has more pitches than most major leaguers. Hat from Missouri. Says, y'all played hard, Arkansas. Way to fight until the end. Says, thank you and have a blessed evening. And you too, to the Hernandez clan and everybody that tuned in tonight. As Team Florida will advance. Florida goes 3-0 here on day one. We'll be back in about 30 minutes with Georgia and the host team, Lumberton. Jason Thompson signing off. Wishing you wherever you tuned in tonight pleasant evening.